If you're an athlete and you're doubting yourself right now, that's a good thing. Doubt only creeps itself in when you're doing something bigger than yourself. Doubt only creeps itself in when you actually care and you feel like you actually have a purpose and you feel like you actually are striving towards something bigger than yourself. Doubt is just a signal that you're trying to grow. See, if you didn't care about your progress, if you didn't care about your performance, if you didn't care about actually succeeding at anything in life, then you would never doubt because you would always be comfortable. You would always be good. See, anytime that we're doing anything within our wheelhouse, we don't doubt. I don't doubt brushing my teeth. I don't doubt brushing my hair. I don't doubt tying my shoes, and you probably don't either. Because those things we've done so well so many times that there is no reason to doubt. There is no reason to have any faith. I don't have to ask God, God, help me to tie my shoes today. God, help me to put on this chapstick. No, it just happens. It's so small and minuscule. There's no reason to have any faith. It's going to happen, right? But if I were to step out and take a big risk, if I were to step out and do something really beyond my wheelhouse and beyond my capability, something so much that it would require me to have faith, I would have some nerves and I might be a little anxious and it might be a little tough and scary, but it's those things that forces you to have faith. So if you're doubting yourself, it only means that you actually care and you're actually trying to do something well and you're trying to do something with a performance or in a progress to get better at it after. See, if you went into something and you didn't really care what the outcome was, then you wouldn't doubt it because you wouldn't go into it with intentionality anyway. So when you're doubting yourself, it's okay. But what's not okay is staying stuck in that doubt. What's not okay is letting doubt cripple you and keep you from doing the thing that you know you need to do and want to do and you should do and you would do if you had it all figured out. Well, you won't have it all figured out. Don't let doubt keep you from your potential. Don't let doubt keep you from doing the thing that's going to grow you the most. See, when I graduated college and I got into the corporate world, college doesn't really set you up for what your true purpose is in life. And when I graduated college and fell into the corporate world, I didn't really doubt anything, but I got kind of comfortable because I could do the job. But where the doubt started creeping in for me and where I really fell into some depression and some anxiety and really had to come to terms with my faith was only when I wanted to quit that job and go start my own business and start my own company and really chase after these dreams and goals and visions that I had and still have. I only started to doubt that process when I was about to go do something that I had no idea what to do. My parents didn't do. My siblings didn't do. I had no family. No friends had done it at that point. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go do something that I have no idea how I'm going to do it. That doubt started to creep in so much so that in the beginning, I didn't know if I was going to do it or not, even though that's what I wanted to do, even though that's what I knew. Like if I could just figure it out, well, I couldn't figure it out. So I had to take that leap of faith. I had to figure out how to get it done, which number one came with faith, with believing in God, trusting that God had a plan. And if I would fail, then like whatever, jobs will be there. Like if I tried and I failed, that God's plan for me, it would still work out for me in the end because that's what God tells us, right? He has plans to prosper us, not to harm us, plans for a future and a hope for us, right? That's what his word says. So I knew that regardless of what I did or didn't do, his plan for me was good, but I had to step out of that doubt and do that thing. See, it's in that in-between, guys. It's in this moment of going to do something big or trying to do something big and well that you're going to be stuck with this doubt. Good. But what are you going to do with that doubt? What you do with the doubt is what matters most. See, other times that I doubted in my athletic career was after I broke my ankle my senior year of high school. Snapped my ankle in half. 2 weeks into my senior season, was going to miss majority of the season, if not all of the season, lost all my recruiting. Yeah, I doubted. I doubted that I was ever going to come back. I doubted that if I would play or not, if I would go to college or not. Yeah, doubt crept in, but what did I do with that doubt? Well, number one, I pressed into my faith. Number two, I got back in the gym with a boot on. Boot was on, got in the gym. There was no time for whining or complaining or excuses. Had to go get the job done still. But I doubted I would come back. That doubt was there, but what did I do with that doubt? I put it into action. I had some doubt if I would play in college or not, but what did I do with that doubt? I still reached out to recruiters. I reached out to coaches, seeing if there was another path for me. And then I ended up landing in a awesome boarding school, Choate Rosemary Hall, did a post-grad year, and then ended up going there playing, then going to college, winning some championships, going undefeated a few times, winning, with 27-5 through my college career, right? Got my psychology degree, networked with people, right? Like, what did I do with that doubt? But if that time, my senior year, if I would let that doubt creep in and maybe I didn't get in the gym, maybe I got, weaker versus stronger. Maybe I showed up to practice with no intentionality and I was just sitting there upset and still in my feelings. No, none of that would have happened. See, God's plan for us is big, but what are we going to do? How are we going to take the action is what's most important. So wherever you're at, maybe you injured yourself. Maybe you tore your ACL, broke a bone like I did. Maybe you need surgery on your hip like my brother's dealing with right now down at the University of Virginia, and he's got a red shirt for a year. Maybe you're just not playing. Maybe you're a scout team player now. You went from first string to second string. Now you're a scout player. Maybe you were a recruited athlete and told, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to play, you're going to produce. And then you get on and the reality hits and you're not exactly where you want to be. Maybe your expectations were one thing, but your reality is another. What are you going to do now? Or are you going to try to employ the old geographical cure and transfer and think that you going to a new school and transferring to a new school and hopping in the portal is going to solve everything without changing anything of yourself? Let me be honest with you. That's not going to happen. Just because you go to a new school isn't going to magically cure anything if you don't change yourself. If you don't put your plan and faith into action, if you don't better you're just going to wind up in the same exact position. And then you're going to be even more anxious and more down in the dumps because you thought that this would solve everything. Well, it's not. Only by changing yourself will it solve everything. Are you going to be down in the dumps and say, oh, I'm done and quit and complain about the circumstances that happen to you? Well, life's just going to keep happening to you. What are you going to do with the doubt? What are you going to do now? What action are you going to take? What are your beliefs going to be? How are you going to respond? These things are inevitable. Now as an athlete, whether you're in high school or college, or you're getting ready to graduate college, or maybe you just graduated college, this stuff is inevitable for life. That's why I love training and I love athletics, because it's just a microcosm. It's just a small sneak peek of what's to come in life. You're going to deal with these things forever. What are you going to do with your doubt? Are you going to put your faith in action? Are you going to show up with even more relentless intensity or passion? See, I love the story of the late Kobe when he tore his Achilles, and what he could have done anything in that moment. He's Kobe. No one would have thought twice about it. He could have tore his Achilles, hopped on a cart, and got carted off the basketball court. But no, what did he do? What did he do with that moment? What did he do with that setback? What did he do with that? I'm sure he felt a little bit of doubt. He stood up, he walked to the free throw line, shot both his free throws, made both his free throws, and then walked himself to the locker room, and then went and said, what do I got to do now to get better and get back? See, that's why Kobe is Kobe. That's why he has that mentality. But guess what? Kobe also had a foundation of faith. He knew God had a plan for him, right? So what are you going to do when you get hit with these circumstances and setbacks? Are you going to take action, or are you going to make excuses? Are you going to get better, or are you going to stay stuck in the woes of complaint? Are you going to try to fix something externally and change schools and transfer and go down that route, which, by the way, almost doesn't work out better for just about anybody? I would love to see a study on it, right? The studies probably show that majority of people end up in the same position or a worse position. If they don't change anything about themselves, it's not going to just fix anything for you. What are you going to do with the doubt? So if you're doubting yourself, it's okay, but what are you going to do with it? If you're doubting yourself, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's just a reflection of the circumstance and environment that you're in, that you actually care and you want to get better and you want to do well. Great. But what are you going to do? You got to go take action. Go be relentless in pursuit of your highest goals. Go ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I want to get better? Why am I playing this sport? What do I want to accomplish in 5 years, in 10 years? What is it that I want to do? You got to keep things in perspective and always be grateful. No matter what, it could always be worse. So I empower you guys to go put action behind your doubt, go do something with it, and get better. I'll see you guys in the next video.